Why hello fellow ranchers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Stranded Alien Dawn Jungle, Episode 3, Warpigs. And I have gotten improved solar. Nice. So let's put a little solar field back here. I am being warned I don't have enough metals for that, and that's totally fine, because I can go mining. Rock and stone. So I did analyze what these rocks were, and they were iron or ferrous or something. I don't know. Double click. Ore deposit. I wish, well, alright, there is an actually easier way to do it. Where you can just drag a huge thing over there and then click ore deposit and hit mine. And then we'll automatically add it to the mine. So if you're ever looking for something, you can just do that. And it highlights everything within that zone. And then you can filter out the things that you're looking for. So that's really good if you're trying to find a new thing to analyze too. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I just can't find the plants that I want to look for, like grain cob or something. And you know, you're just like, all right, what is this wide leaf plant? What is this shiny rock? So on and so forth. It's kind of nice. I do wish, however, that the game would let you zoom out a little bit more, but it doesn't. So palm oil is what we're going to be researching next. And what after palm oil? That will be up to you. So the options, so you can make a bit of an informed decision. I can do pickling for resources for power. Might want to get heat pumping, because if I get a heat wave and I don't have air conditioning, Sora will have to bury 5 people. Sora is a desert born, so she doesn't really get overheated. For defense, I would do weaponsmithing. For other, probably flare shielding. And for breakthroughs, maybe ore prospecting, so that I can get ore while mining rocks. Because if I want to get concrete, which is essentially just like processed rocks as far as this game's concerned, you know, I'll be mining a lot of rocks for that. Alright, let's not bother fertilizing the cloth blossom. That's probably a bit labor intensive. It might not be a bad idea to start hunting for leathers as well. So in ranching, we'll get the drying rack. I'll put the drying rack right outside the kitchen area. And then, sorry, bulky animals, but I'm going to be shooting you. I hope you don't mind. I wonder if I need more dandelion for the healing balm. I do like to stock up on as much like medicine as I can get early on, so that later in the game when I'm getting smushed by waves of enemies, I have like an abundance built up. It's kind of nice. And I'm just looking for ores the lazy way. I think the ore that I found up on that other hill is maybe like really the only easily accessible ore for me. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of ore showing up on this filter. Looking in the other directions. Tons of these sausage trees. With all these sausage palms around, I could open up my own banana sausage republic. Nice haircut, perfect for this heat? Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I can feel the breeze. Or the rain. Alright, we got palm oil. Let's extract it until we have 100. And you guys want some sort of power next. Alright, let's research that. It's in power. We'll get heat pumping for air conditioning. Now, who's supposed to be my cook? Rita? I do actually see her butchering, but I haven't really seen her cook anything yet. She might not actually have the skill to do meat stew. What is skill required? 3? And her skill is probably not that, so I have to dumb her down a little bit. Yeah, her cooking is 1. So let's scrap that entirely and start off with quick recipes of veggie soup up to 10. And then meat soup up to 10 without the insect meat, because these are going to be easier for her to make, and then we can actually get some food variety, because that makes people really happy. So I haven't even analyzed what these animals are, but I'm just like shooting them and butchering them, because, you know, that's what we do. The perimeter wall is done. So what to build next? So I could do storage rooms, entrance defenses, farms, or viewer suggestions. What do you guys think? Now, if you want me to start farming... Oh, you know what? I could also do a ranch. Let me include that as well, because that's a new feature that has been added in since the last I played. So, a ranch is up there as well, if you want. And oh, there's Melody cooking. So we're going to start to get a little bit of variety of food. I'm not going to take my survivors off of the initial emergency rations, because I certainly don't have enough of it. So I'll keep them on emergency rations for now. I'm doing mirroring wrong. Nope. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, we haven't mined any ore. I was wondering about that. Okay, looks like a ranch. I am going to start working on that. I'll just call it early, because looks like you overwhelmingly want me to get a ranch. So that also means that I should research animal taming, which is really quick to do. So I'm just going to queue that ahead of the heat pumping, because it only takes 6 hours. And then I'm going to continue to observe my environment with my other researcher. So if I go to activities, I'm going to have Melody stay at home and Quinn be the field researcher. All right, we're still collecting wood, but I think it's good to have an abundance of. But with that said, I think I might prefer Han to start mining. So what I could do is I could change Han so that he mines as higher priority. Or just cancel all the tree cutting. Oh, aggressive animals. So we've got 2 exploding scarabei, 12 hatchling and 1 large horn insect. So this brings me to another thing that this game one of the recent updates introduced, which is camp management. So camp management allows you to set zoning for your people so that they don't go wandering when you have potential fights. And this will be a good test to see whether or not the zoning that we set up worked. So it looks like these wild creatures are just going ham on these striped horn animals. They're duking it out. So it might actually be a good idea for me to third-party this or to intervene while they're busy. Because these giant enemies seem preoccupied. This thing. Who's been blood frenzied. So where are the other... So the other aggressive animals are just up this hill. I left Quinn out of it because Quinn doesn't like to fight. And there's only 7 of them left. And there they are. Alright, Simon, time to get that pike out. Two little injuries, but really nothing serious. So undraft, and we're done. I'll also go ahead and butcher all the things that the animals killed, the insects killed. Because I might as well. And then figure out what the heck this thing is. Nightmare fuel is what that is. Oh, there's also one more aggressive animal. Set that up to be hunted. Han, please don't have a mental break. Another thing I could do is on our drying rack, I don't really need to dry raw meat anymore because I have a freezer. We'll just freeze it. So this thing is a Juno Demolisher. Large, highly intelligent insect that moves incredibly quick, avoids traps, and deals immense damage to structures. I did, however, also just unlock animal taming. So I'll put a little ranch in. Put a ranch in there. And then have a little wall that goes behind to try to keep the animal that we have out of our farms. So in this ranch, we'll put large animal spots and an animal feeder. Make sure the animal feeder is underneath the shed so that the food under there is roofed and benefits from being roofed. And then some little extra defenses on the other side. Giving them access to, like, the watering hole. Animals, as far as I know, don't, like, require water, but, you know, looks nice. So there we go. Let's update the priority. Build a little ranch. Okay, Han, what is going on with you? Why are you... Oh, you know what you should do? Han, you should wear the good luck charm. Oh, I don't... Simon hasn't actually made him. Okay. Never mind. Simon made himself one, and then he was like, alright, I'm done. I have it. That's all I needed. I'm going to change the way that's laid out. Just have it be a straight wall like that. I think it looks a little bit cleaner. bud. At that point, I should also start observing what animals there are around, so you guys can decide what animal I should tame. I'm really not interested in becoming like a rancher. It's not the object of this scenario, but I'm happy to take like an animal or two. So I will analyze the animals that are around and let you guys decide which ones I add to my little ranch area. There we go. There's another good luck charm. So when Han wakes up, he gets to wear one. He's constantly burned out. Pissing and moaning all the time. So these rods protect the ranch. It mostly covers our compound. Maybe not this corner, but I'm not there very often. So I don't think I really need to adjust the rods. Oh, you think I need a fence gate? Well, we'll see. If that ends up being a problem, I can always toss a fence gate in here. I can just go ahead and get that done early. I haven't figured out even what animals I want to tame, so you're kind of jumping the gun by a bit. We have a lot of red meat in there. We don't have a lot of veg. So I'll continue harvesting sausage palms and dandelion trees for nourishment. For Sora, she doesn't eat meat. Yeah, there really isn't a lot of melon around here, is there? Alright, I did just research camp management. So the way this works is you can put down an area flag and then change the size of this area flag so that you restrict people to it. So if I like put an area flag, let's say, here, it's gonna look really silly that it's like right in the middle of the base, but that's just how I laid things out. Because not everything is square. I don't love how the game treats zoning. So yeah, there. It's right in front of our battery. You can restrict people to that flag. You can also change the size of the flag, but you can restrict people to the flag so that essentially if it's dangerous out, they don't go venturing and they don't annihilate themselves. All right, the other thing I wanted to do is to put cloths on this. So out here, I'm going to take the cloth off of the zone restrictions so that the cloth is stored next to the press, making it a little bit easier to make animal fence. So if I call this base, the way they work this is assign people to base or global. Global allowing them to go anywhere, and then base restricts them. So I've right now unrestricted everybody. You can change the tiles by tens. So it's a pretty crude tool, if you ask me, compared to like RimWorld where you can paint whatever you wanted. But it's better than nothing. Certainly better than nothing. Of course, with the ability to just directly draft, a lot of risk can be mitigated that way. So we have discovered Shogu. Shogu are kind of like boars. So here's the Shogu. And you can see what they require to tame them, which is the sausage. Aw, toxic ash. And then their perks. So the Shogu occasionally dig up roots, and they're draftable at level 5 for combat. And we'll observe the other animals as well, and then you guys will have the chance to vote on which ones to end up taming, because I'm really only interested in one. Don't store anything in there yet. So the toxic ash sucks. There is a new way to combat toxic ash. So if we take a look at the research tree here, there is the respirator masks. I don't have synthetic textiles or ore yet, but the game offers you an ability to protect yourself from these sort of toxins once you have the materials for it, which I don't. But Han is heading up to start mining ore. So if I got synthetics, I'd be all set. It does take a while to make the masks, so they're not going to probably help me this ash period, because I will have, I will have suffered the entire duration of this ash. Until I have an abundance of metal ingots, I'm also just going to rely on good luck charms and not the harvesting tools. Harvesting tools would be really good for like the miners to have, provided they're in a good mood, but I'd rather just keep them from having mental breaks. Alright. Because these are mirrored, they're both now set to smelt ore forever. A lot of the people that I have, other than Han. Han is moody, but everyone else is like euphoric. It's warning me that I don't have enough hay to repair my shooting targets. Luckily, I have all this giant grass, which is great for hay. Oh, another thing that toxic ash does is it like kills off your crops. It like ungrows them. New priority since the ranch is finished? Well, the ranch isn't finished. It's not a ranch. It's just a room for animals that is incomplete. I'm gonna wait until I've analyzed the species and actually tame something. Alright, I probably don't need that much. Stop it there. It's very easy to just, like, overindulge with resource gathering and then end up, like, crippled because you have so much stuff that you now have to manage. It's one thing I would warn new players not to do is don't just, like, gather everything, because you end up with so much raw resources that most of it will spoil or rot or whatever, and then you'll be stuck dealing with it all. Alright, we have discovered Synth Plant, which gives synthetic textiles when harvested. Which would be good for toxic masks if this toxic ash doesn't stop. If it grows, is it still synthetic? I don't know. Game takes Game's weird. I didn't pull you about what next research. So I'm going to get flare shielding. I'll just make that choice myself. And then you guys can pick the, you can pick the next sort of heading. So here it is. For resources, we could try for kimchi, maybe. So pickling and kimchi. For power, I'd probably go with advanced research desk, maybe, or power matrices. Defense would be weaponsmithing. Other might be long distance travel, so we can start exploring. Breakthroughs, I'd probably go ore prospecting so that I can find extra ore when breaking down rocks. Freezer looks pretty well stocked. I might actually need to be careful about how much more veg I get, because it's filling up with veg pretty fast. And Rita was my cook. She's still not skilled enough to make tastier meals. But she's out here putting the work in with mining, that's for sure. What I don't really understand is it's telling me that I don't have enough resources, but I've been mining ore like crazy. I have 260 of it, so what the hell? Quinn, can you, Okay, I got some synthetic textiles. The toxic ash is gone, so, as I sort of suspected, it wasn't useful in time. Oh, there we go. Melody's actually starting to stock up the smelters, which is good because I would like to get more solar power because our battery is not full. Hey, Grey Hermit, man, 40 months. Has it really been that long, dude? Wow. Holy cow. All right, and this plant is something called energy crystals. So I will harvest what is wild out here for that. The game takes liberties about what it calls a plant. So now we have energy crystals. So energy crystals is a resource needed for making your own power cells. All right, another species we found is Draka. So here are the Draka. They produce manure. And they are not draftable like the Shogu. So they're just poopers, really. And then we have one more species I want to analyze, which is the bulky animals, which we're getting to. And then I'll have you guys decide what we try to ranch between the three choices. Some of the choices, like these guys, I could just tell you ahead of time, they're not domesticatable, much like the humming fly, right? This species is untamable. So some of the species are just simply untamable. Some of the species are tameable, but they will require special hoops to jump through, which maybe we can do at some point, but probably not immediately. And then once I start to get more ingots, more metal alloys smelted, I will also put some air conditioning in, because it's hot, but if we do get a heat wave, I'm going to need more than just a roof over my head. All right, next up will be power. Okie dokie. It is the end of the summer, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be like a random heat wave. Heat waves happen kind of whenever. I'm also going to get 2 3D printers in. Gonna do some more. Well, I'll wait for the plant analysis because we're still waiting on the ranch. So Quinn is observing the bulky animal by almost stepping on one to watch the other. All right, and there are the Noth. So Noth require buttermelons, and they're a manure producer. What to tame? Shogu, Noth, or Draka? Have you pick? Alright, we have these 3D printers, and I'm going to have them print carbon nanotubes until I have 500. So that costs liquid alloy or liquid fuel and metal alloys. Liquid alloy. What are we, Terminator? And quite a lot of them, so, you know. We're gonna get carbon nanotubes. What is going on? Let's close this. How's our food going? It looks pretty healthy, actually. Decent amount of meats, decent amount of vegetables, good meals. All right, we're good on that. Mikas. Man, I just got like Boy Meets World flashbacks, like. But thank you for the sub. I haven't thought of the name Mikas in like decades. It feels really weird. Does everybody have a good luck charm now? Yes, they do. Cool. Can I show relationships? Sure. If I was smart enough to figure out which tab. Okay, there it is. So Han kind of likes Melody, doesn't like Rita or Simon. Rita, Han, kind of everyone is like roughly, vaguely neutral with one another, except for Sora does not like Melody. So that would be the big one. The big relationship. So Sora and Melody dislike one another. I'm getting a little bit of warning that I don't have enough room for the dandelion spores. So the thing with the dandelion spores, I didn't realize, is like it doesn't actually need to be stored on a shelf. It's shelf stable. So I'm gonna remove that from this anyway. So vegetables, dandelion spores out. Buttermelon needs to be frozen though. So the spores can be put on this shelf instead. And you guys want Shogu. All right. So here is a female Shogu. Tame. And a male Shogu? No. Also female, also female. I want a breeding pair if I can. But they all seem to be female. Yodelay, Mr. Shogu. Where are you? I don't know where they are. They're hiding. These are a bunch of Noth. Well, at least we can... Oh, here we go. Male! There we go. Tame. Cool. Did we... So I have 470 ore, so I'm assuming they, like, probably strip mined this up here. I don't see any ore rocks left. That's good. So I guess at this point, I already have the animals queued up. So what next project? Defenses, storage, farms, industry, or other viewer suggestions. And I'm going to allow the dandelion spores to be stored out here too, under the roof. Because like I said, it's shelf stable, so it's not super important that it's stored inside. And we have tamed one. Cool. So then I can train it and lead it to its... Is it already walking to where it's supposed to? So I'm going to call this female Shogu, and I'm going to be naming it after you guys. So the female Shogu is going to be assigned to this bed, and I'm going to have Han lead it inside the pen, which means we have a giveaway. Timer is up. Good luck. So the Shogu have training level, starts at 3, a bonding chance, and whether or not they bounded to someone, and then their experience, their extra perks, where they dig up chew roots, and then they gain the ability to be draftable at 5. And Han was like, oh, I'm not going to bother leading you. Bye-bye. Rita did just hit enough cooking. I don't know whether to keep her on normal. What I might do is I'll just keep her on normal meals, the normal veggie soup and meat soup, until she hits level 5, so she doesn't have a fail chance. That way, I don't waste any. I don't waste any food. That might make sense, because she's able to make the better food now, but not reliably. Oh, that's not good. Taming failed. The male is taking bites out of my butt. Is it? I think it's not hostile anymore. So Melody, you can go treat Rita. Hey, you're not supposed to be in there. And I want Melody to do the medicine, because Melody can't fail. Sometimes when you fail, you get scars, and unlike in RimWorld, where like scars are permanent, scars do eventually fade and go away, but they kind of feel sucky. Also, animal food. So let's put hay in here for you to eat. And now we have a female Shogu as a pet. It's eating its own chew roots, but it now has hay to eat. And this hay is not going to decay because it's under a roof. Alright, let's try taming that same one again. Oh, nope. 3 more hours, okay. I'll wait. And it looks to me like you guys want me to work on defenses. Copy that. So after this current research of flare shielding, I'm going to research concrete rooms as a part of the defenses. Thank you for watching Stranded Alien Dawn Jungle. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my Discord community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord, and it also has a link to Patreon if you want to become a Patreon patron. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.